Okay, so the first one's pretty simple. Just take the fourth root of 81. It looks like this, or you can put in your calculator as 81 to the 1/4 power. If you put it in, you'll get 3. So that should be your answer. Number 2, we're going to raise 243 to the 7/5 power. Since this is larger than 1, you know your answer is going to be larger than 243. It should be. So you can put all of this in your calculator. If you have to rewrite it or something, always remember that the top number in your exponent goes inside with the number, and then the bottom number goes on the outside. So Santa Claus starts on top of your house, and then he comes inside the house. That's how I remember it. But you can certainly just put in your calculator and raise 243 to the 7/5 power, and you'll get 2,187. That makes sense. Alright, solve the equation 3x to the 5th equals 729. The first thing you need to do is divide by 3. You'll get 243. To get rid of x to the 5th, you want to raise both sides to the 1/5 power. So those cancel out and you just have x left. 243 raised to the 1/5 power is going to be 3. Okay. Number 4, use the property of exponents to simplify the expression. So the square root of 10, or 10 to the 1/2 is the same thing as the square root of 10. So I'll change both of those to square root of 10. You can multiply what's inside your radicals. So if you multiply those, you'll get the square root of 100, which is just 10. And again, you can actually put this whole expression into your calculator. Okay. Or you could use your properties of exponents and say that's going to be 10. 1/2 plus 1/2 is 10 to the 1st. Okay, however you want to do that. For number 5, notice that you have these two things. They are different bases, and so you can certainly put all this in your calculator to check it, but to show your work, you're going to want to change these so they'll have a common base. And the common base that 8 and 4 have is 2. Okay? 8 is just 2 to the 3rd power, and then all of that is being raised to the 1/6. So you just bring that down. Alright, 4 is going to be changed to the 2 squared power, and that's all being raised to the 1/8. And then again, after I do all of that, don't forget about your 6 that's on the outside. Okay? So this is going to be 2 to the 3 times 1/6 is 3/6, or just 1/2. So that's 2 to the 1/2 power times 2 squared to the 1/8. We just multiply these exponents right here, and you get 2/8, or 1/4. So that's going to be 2 to the 1/4 power. And this is still all going to be raised to the 6th power when we're done. Okay? And then my bases are the same, and I'm multiplying, so I just want to add my exponents. If you add 1/2 and 1/4, you'll get 2 to the 3/4 power. And this is all still raised to the 6th. Okay, so that's my final step. So your final answer is going to be 2 to 3 times 6 is 18. So that's 18/4. We can simplify that as 2 to the 9/2 power. Okay? And you can put that in your calculator. Again, this is the same thing as the square root of 2 to the 9th. The top number goes inside. And so if you want to, let's see if that gives us, let's see, the square root of that. So that's not a perfect square root, and so we'll just want to leave it as the square root of 2 to the 9th. Alright, for the next one, notice that I don't have fractional exponents. So my bases do not have to be the same. That's good because I don't have a common base between 8 and 5. But if you have whole number exponents, you can just do that in your calculator. So we're going to do 8 to the 4th gives me 4,096 times 5 to the 4th should give you 625, and that's all going to be raised to the negative 1/4 power. Okay, so I'm just going to multiply those, and then so you'll get 2,560,000, and that's all raised to the negative 1/4. Okay, so a negative exponent just means that it goes into the denominator. Okay, so if I want to simplify this, let me come over here and simplify this. That'll give me 1 over 560,000 to the 1/4 power. And remember that 1/4 power just means the 4th root. Okay, and we can always simplify if it doesn't have a variable in it. And so we have 560,000, and we want to raise that to the 1/4 power or take the 4th root. It's the same thing, and that should give you 40. So all this down here should give you 40. Again, you can put all of this in your calculator and check it, okay? But you'll need to be able to show your work.